Hello friends, today I wanted to talk to you about essentials for a bug out bag. Things I choose to stay prepared but still light on my feet. As a former Navy SEAL, I get a ton of questions about stuff like this, and I thought it would be helpful to show you what I'd do if I got stranded somewhere with little or no resources other than what I could carry with me. Now, just to back up for a moment, you're probably familiar with the term bug out bag. Basically, it's a bag filled with vital survival equipment meant to keep you alive for 24 to 72 hours at the ready, just in case you need to grab it and go fast. Now, your bug out bag doesn't have to be fancy and must not be too big or heavy. A simple backpack, small duffel, or even a mesh gym bag is fine. Now for me, I choose a backpack that's designed for the outdoors because the material is tougher and will hold up better, especially when you're in the middle of nowhere. But for now, we're going to focus on 6 essentials, plus a few other add-on items. You want to keep it simple while making sure you've got what you need to handle a life-threatening survival situation. Sound good? Okay, let's get started. First thing you're going to think about is water. I mean, your body can only survive 3 days without adequate water, so this should be one of your first priorities. But not lugging around bottles of water, I'm talking about a way to filter water from just about any freshwater source and make it fit to drink. This water filtration system from Fort Patriots not only gets the job done for clean water, but gives you an actual way to store water as well as when you're off the grid. It's called the Off the Grid Clean Water Kit. Now, what makes this a survival essential is the fact that it's a whole water filtration system, not just a water filter. And it's compact and easy to assemble. All you need to do is find a fresh running stream, creek, river, or lake, literally any fresh water source. It doesn't even matter if it looks dirty. Fill the included 20-liter bag with water and find a place to hang it. This could be a tent rod, tree branch, or even a car door. Attach the tubing and filter to the Patriot Pure Water filter and let gravity do its thing. The water that comes out will be 99.9% free from bacteria and other contaminants, and it tastes great. Plus, a filter also works like a straw, so you can drink straight from the source or a cup through the filter for instant clean hydration. The best part? You've got a tool that will filter up to 528 gallons of water, which is the most important element of survival. Your body can only go a few days without it, and dehydration is hell on earth. But storing and filtering water isn't the only thing this handy gadget can do. You can also use the bag as a makeshift washing machine, a dry bag, inflate it for flotation, or an extra tote. Remember, multiple functions means less to carry, and the off-the-grid clean water kit delivers. Okay, now on to probably one of my favorite topics, food. No matter where you are, you're going to get hungry and need fuel to keep moving. Now, you've got to have a healthy supply of food that'll keep you full, but still light on your feet. Not just any kind of food, definitely not candy bars, chips, or junk foods that offer nothing but a bunch of empty calories. What I do recommend is a robust stash of food that's shelf stable, tastes great, and isn't full of fillers or crud that can possibly make you sick. And because we're talking about a go bag, again, you don't want to be weighed down with things like canned goods or bulk foods. To stay nimble, you've got to think about food that is easy to carry but satisfies your appetite in a big way. This is why I love Fort Patriots emergency food bars. Now, these are small enough to stash into almost any go bag, but packs a punch of nutrient-dense calories and a light, lemony flavor, kind of like a shortbread cookie. Plus, these bars require no prep or cooking of any kind. Just tear open a bag, break one off, and enjoy. And trust me when I say these bars don't resemble anything close to an MRE. And if I never eat another one of those, I'll be happy. These are awesome. And I wasn't kidding when I told you these bars taste just like shortbread, buttery with the hint of lemon and vanilla. Now, these bars aren't anything like your standard fare granola bar, nope. Each bar has 400 life-sustaining calories and is chock full of solid nutrition. They won't make you thirsty and can even withstand extreme temps, bitter cold like we have out here in the Rockies or the blistering heat of the desert. These were actually designed as a food source for people on lifeboats, so they can certainly stay fresh in your car, boat, or RV for long periods of time, up to 5 years, and are enclosed in a durable waterproof packaging. These bars will fill you up, but not weigh you down, so you can stay on the move. Okay, you know what would go great with this delicious bar? It's definitely a must, not only for how smooth it is, but the fact it's the best pick-me-up in a survival situation. The perfect pairing for my emergency food bar has got to be Freedom Joe Survival Coffee. Now trust me, this does not taste like your average instant coffee. And if you find yourself in a true survival situation, a simple cup of coffee will really recharge you to press on. Now before I actually make a cup, I've got to have one thing: boiling hot water. This is where my next bug out bag must-have comes in. The Sun Kettle. Now you might have seen me show this bad boy off before, and there's a reason. It's one of my personal favorites. It's multi-function equipment which allows you to do more with less, always a plus in a survival situation. You'll see that the Sun Kettle is compact and looks like a normal sized thermos, but it's also an amazing invention that can bring water to boiling hot using only the rays of the sun. Now you don't need flames or fuel to make the Sun Kettle work. It's silent and smoke-free, which gives you an advantage if you need to stay hidden. And if you're in a situation where you had no electricity, this could literally save your life if hits the fan. So here's how it works. Just unscrew the top, fill it. Yep, that's right. I'm using water straight from the source because in about 45 minutes, this water will heat to boiling, making it safe to drink or use for cooking. Sun Kettle is in fact a de facto water purifier, free of most parasites, waterborne bacteria, and viruses. And as a guy who's shaken hands with Giardia not just once, but twice, that's something I won't dare take a chance on. Because it can make water safe to drink, the Sun Kettle is your backup water filter, and that's always good to have on hand, because in the teams, we always say 2 is 1, 1 is none. Now that you've got your Sun Kettle filled with water, it holds about a pint. Find a level surface to set it on. See these parabolic mirrors? They're the magic behind how the Sun Kettle works. Together, they do the heavy lifting by harnessing the sun's rays and directing their heat to the tempered glass tube that holds the water. So in about 40 to 45 minutes, you'll have piping hot boiling water we can use to make our coffee. Now that we've got our water in the Sun Kettle going, let's take a few minutes to talk about a couple of other survival essentials for your bug out bag. Now, these two are my personal favorites because once again, they're solar and multifunctional. Now remember, the more you get out of one tool, the less you will have to carry. First up, this has got to be the most incredible flashlight I've ever owned. And when I say multifunctional, it's almost like they had the Halo XT in mind. Now this little workhorse doesn't have just 2 or 3 uses, it's got 9 life-saving functions, and maybe even more than that, but the most important 9 are what I'm going to talk about here. First of all, one of the things I love most about the Halo XT is the mini solar panel here. This feature alone means the flashlight never needs batteries, just keep it charged in the sun and you're good to go. Next, let's talk about the Halo's main attraction. It's the bright, ultra versatile light. With this light, you've got 3 useful settings: high, low, and strobe. And a bright utility light that works perfectly in tandem with Halo's powerful magnet, holding the light in place so you can accomplish any task hands-free. You've also got a first responder essential with the red flashing SOS warning light, which will help emergency personnel find you and help other motorists avoid your vehicle if you're pulled over off onto the shoulder of a busy highway. If you're ever in an accident, these next 2 features could save your life literally. Hidden on the side is a razor-sharp seatbelt cutter. Sometimes seatbelts can become jammed in a crash. That's why having a way to instantly free yourself in a situation like this is imperative. The Halo XT also features a steel tip glass breaking hammer that will shatter a car window in just one swing. Another life-saving function if your car ends up in a ditch or even submerged in water. Not just that, but this hammer tip is sharp. It can even serve as a method of self-defense if it came to that. And for anyone who's ever gotten lost in the woods, you will be grateful to have this. On the remote chance you're lost or disoriented in an unfamiliar location, the Halo XT's built-in compass will help you gain your sense of direction and lead you back to your place of origin. This is vital because under stress, we can become confused and lose our way very quickly. And as we all know, panic is the worst thing you can give into when you're trying to better your odds of survival. This next feature is the one reason why the Halo XT is one of my must-have go-to survival tools. Because not only is this a multi-function solar wonder, it's also a robust power bank. And this alone makes the Halo XT a total standout from any so-called competition. You can power your smartphone, GPS, or any other USB powered devices. And knowing you don't have to rely on electricity to have power makes the Halo XT worth its weight in gold. Okay, so my next go bag survival must-have is what I like to call the backup for my backup power. I just showed you how the Halo XT works as a power bank for your phone, which is great, but because of how important power is, you don't want to have just one off-grid power source. And that's why I love my next pick, the Patriot Power Cell. It looks like a smartphone from a distance, but in reality, it's a potent power bank that has built-in solar panel and stores enough juice to charge 2 devices at once. Smartphones are invaluable tools, but are basically worthless if their batteries die. So let's say you've got your phone and your GPS unit with you, and they're both low on battery. You can actually plug them right into the Patriot Power Cell and have them both charged and up and ready to go in almost no time at all. It also has a built-in LED flashlight with strobe option. With both the Halo XT and the Patriot Power Cell, you'll always have plenty of power and light. Okay, let's get back and see how our sun kettle is doing, because frankly, I am really looking forward to that cup of coffee. Now let's add some water from our sun kettle. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Really rich, bold coffee that doesn't taste burnt like the coffee chain that many of you go to. And I don't know if you know about it, but I don't feel the need to add any kind of sweetener or creamer either, which is totally up to you. But as a guy who loves coffee, I'd say you're good to go drinking it black. Now that we've covered a lot of the basics, there are some other essentials I'd recommend that could help tip the survival odds in your favor if you find yourself in a crisis situation. First, if you can get your hands on a few of these, include an N95 mask. I mean, these may not be easy to come by in the age of COVID-19, but it's worth the effort. You may find yourself in a toxic air environment, and this is the best way to protect your lungs from contaminants. Next, you want to include a space blanket. Now, this life-saving item takes up almost no room in your bug-out bag, but helps your body to retain its warmth, which is critical, especially if you're in a cold, harsh environment. And since we're talking about protecting ourselves from elements, another tool you can include in your bag is actually something you can wear. It's a paracord bracelet, which provides ultra-strong ties to use in building a shelter, making a trap for hunting small game animals, or securing items to your vehicle. You're also going to want to include a way to start a fire, all right, for warmth and possibly cooking. This could be a butane windproof lighter, flint stick, or even stormproof matches. You'll also need a bit of tinder, which could be some cotton balls, steel wool, or even small sticks gathered from your campsite. There's a possibility in bugging out that you might get injured, so you've got to have a way to treat minor injuries that won't weigh you down. Choose a compact first aid kit that can treat cuts, bumps, bruises, and burns. Next on my list is vital to preparing the area for wherever you choose to lay your head for the night. This mini shovel axe multi-tool can do everything from digging small holes, clearing debris from your campsite, and chop wood for kindling. Plus it folds up, tucks away neatly into your bag, or can just be suspended from the outside. Some other items you might want to include are bear spray for personal defense, a navigation and signaling device, and a contact list of family and friends. Cash never hurts either, so include some money as well. Okay folks, there you have it, a list of indispensable survival essentials for your bug out bag, and I recommend you have more than one. It's easy to do if you pick these items up a few at a time. If you can swing it, I'd recommend having a bug out bag for yourself and every member of your family too. At a bare minimum, I'd say definitely keep one in your car at all times, especially when severe weather hits and you might find yourself stranded. Because as we've all seen for ourselves, especially this year alone, life can change on a dime. We all need to be prepared for the unexpected. Until next time, remember, prepare for the tough times so you will be a survivor, not a statistic.